Hello children, welcome to today's class. Children, today we are going to start up with our lesson 3, the Northern Mountains. So today we are going to start up with part 1 of this lesson. So in this Northern Mountains we are going to learn about mountains and especially the Northern Mountains, the Himalayan mountain, and what are all the characteristic features of the Himalayas and what are all the mountain ranges present in the Himalayas, what is the climate of the Himalayas, and what are all the plants and animals that has been existing in Himalayas. So these are all the things we are going to learn in this third lesson, children. So we are going to learn a little section of this lesson in part 1. So in this the contents are introductory part about mountain, the northern mountains, the Himalayas. Only these three categories we are going to learn in this part 1. Okay children. First we will start up with the introduction part of a mountain. Children, whenever we ask you to draw you a scenery, definitely your first drawing will be a mountain, isn't it? Everyone have the habit of drawing a mountain, over that a small sun, and below that a small sea, everything. So in our imagination itself, we have the habit of creating or imagining a mountain in a natural scenery, isn't it? So without a mountain, a earth cannot be beautiful, isn't it? Do you accept it? Yes. So we should know the difference between a mountain and a hill. Many of us will be having a confusion what is mean by a hill and what is mean by a mountain. And some of us will be thinking both the hills and the mountains will be the same. Definitely not, children. Hill is different and mountain is somewhat different. Let us see the difference. In the first picture, I have given a greenery part, which has been a small raised portion, that is an elevated portion above the earth surface, isn't it? We call the flat portion of the earth as the earth surface. In this earth surface, we have a little elevation, that is a little riser part of the earth surface. This is called as a hill. Whereas this mountain, you can able to see the height difference between a hill and a mountain, isn't it? The mountain is very tall when comparing to the hill. It can be seen as a more elevated landform which is being created over the earth surface. So this is the difference, that is the height difference is the major difference between the hill and the mountain. This is the first difference we can say, which is a hill and which is a mountain. So a mountain can be defined as a large landform that rises above the surrounding land in a limited area. So you cannot notice a mountain in and around your home, isn't it? We can't able to see a mountain in and around wherever you cross. Only in a particular region you can able to see a mountain, isn't it? So a mountain is a larger landform that rises above the surrounding land in a limited area. And the next is, a hill can be defined as a natural elevation of the earth's surface that is smaller than a mountain. So it is a natural elevation of a earth's surface smaller than comparing to a mountain. So this is the difference between a hill and a mountain, children. So next we are going to learn about the Himalayas. So first of all, the Himalayas can also be called as the Himalayan. So what are the two names? The Himalayan or the Himalayas. It can be called in both the names. So what is the meaning of the Himalayas or the Himalayan? The Himalayas or the Himalayan is literally, it means as adobe of snow. Adobe of snow in the sense it is entirely covered with the snow. You all know what is mean by a snow, isn't it? So the entire Himalayas has been covered with lots and lots and patches of the snow part. And this mountain range is been in South Asia, separating the plains of the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau. It separates the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau. So next we are going to see the extension of the Himalayan range. So in the previous picture, can you able to notice the lengther part of the brown color? So this entire part we call it as the Greater Himalayas. So starting from here and up to this edge entirely we call it as the Himalayan covering part. So we all should know the direction first, isn't it? So the topmost part in the map, the topmost part we call it as a north direction, and the down part we call it as a south direction, and this side it is the west and this side it is the east. So you all should know the direction first. So the topmost is the north, the down is the south direction, left is always the west direction, and the right side is almost the east direction. So everyone should know this direction: north, south, west, east. So you can easily tell from what direction this starts from. It starts from the west direction is. So this west direction it starts, it entirely spreads towards the east direction. So the Himalayas will be spread from the west to the east direction. So I have given here as northwest to southeast. Why? In the sense it is the northern direction, it is the western part, so northwest, it is the east direction, and it extends from the southeast, so it is northwest to the southeast. So this is the direction of the Himalayan mountain range. It can be said as also the mountain range extension of the Himalayas. And the next, we have also noticed many countries has been covered in this Himalayan region, isn't it? Not only a single country will be covered in this region. So far the Himalayas will be crossing many countries. Among that, the Himalayas spread mainly across the 5 countries. So what are all the countries? Bhutan, China, India, Nepal, and Pakistan. So we would all have heard about the names of these countries, isn't it? It is all our neighboring countries. So Bhutan, China, India, Nepal, and Pakistan. Pakistan, we also know that. So all the 5 countries, the Himalayas will be spread across. So this Himalayas, as I already told you, it is an adobe of snow. The Himalayas will always covered with the snow. So we can able to imagine the winter condition. What kind of a condition will be there in winter? Always winter will be very cool and chill, isn't it? We will be feeling very cool in nature during our winter season. So already the Himalayas has been covered with the snow. So the winter will be very utter cold in nature. So see the temperature of the summer. The summer temperature is recorded around 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. So by the degree itself we can able to know the summer will be only a little bit heat, that is the heat won't be much more there, it will be a pleasant heat, and the winters will be below the freezing point. Freezing point in the sense you can able to compare with your fridge freezing point. So whenever you are turning more, automatically you will be feeling so icy in it, isn't it? Likewise, whenever the degree falls below the freezing point, the winter will be utter worse, and always there will be a snow rain. So this kind of a temperature will be existing in the Himalayan region. So the summer temperature will be 15 to 18 degrees Celsius, whereas the winters will be below the freezing point. So children, this is what the climate about the Himalayas. So in this part you want to remember about the direction of the places: north, south, east, west, and from where it starts and from where it ends. So the next we are going to learn about an interesting animal. So here I have given like a cotton, isn't it? It's suddenly if you look the picture, it will be like a mass amount of cotton lot, isn't it? It is not a cotton lot, it is the yak. Many of us have been seen in pictures and songs and all yak, isn't it? Yak is one of the domestic animal which has been living in the Himalayan region. Well, we have the habit of having cow in our homes and all, many of us home, isn't it? So likewise, yak is one of the domesticated animal which is grown in the hill parts by the people. So this yak is called as a domestic yak, and it will be seen as a long haired animal. Can you see the hairs? It is very very long. It touches the feet of the animal, isn't it? So why the yak is being specially covered with this kind of hairy feature? In the sense, as I told you, the climate will be very very snowpath, isn't it? So to bear that kind of a temperature, naturally this yak will be having this kind of hairy structure. So this domestic yak is a long-haired domesticated bovine found throughout the Himalayan region. So wherever you are in the Himalayan region, you can easily note this kind of domestic yaks. And generally, this yak also will be having two categories, one as a male yak and other as a female yak. We will be having male cows, female cow, male puppy, female puppy and all, isn't it? As the normal kind of an animal, this yak will also be having a male yak, and the weight of the male yak is 350 kilogram to 500 kg. So imagine how weight it is, isn't it? So a boy yak will be weighing about a weight of 350 kilogram to 580 kilogram. So this is the weight of a male yak. And female yak, in the sense, it will be lesser than the kilogram of the male yak. It is 220 kilogram to 260 kilogram. So this is the weight difference between a male yak and a female yak. And this is not the only color which the yak will be existing. These yaks are more friendly animals, as like our cows. These yaks are very very friendly with the humans. These yaks are more friendly animals, and they are about white, golden and brown in color. So this is not only in white color, this is brown in color, golden in color. So it can be mismatched in color also. So this is about the domestic yak, children. And then next we are going to see is the red panda. So look at this picture. In the northern mountains, we can see this red panda. The panda is lying on a branch of a tree, isn't it? So this panda can be seen as a plant eating animal. You all would have seen a panda in your cartoon character, isn't it? It will be mostly in a white and black mixture, but this panda will be having in a complete red color, and it is called as a red panda. And this animal will be mostly eating only the branches and the leaves of the trees. So in the northern Himalayas, there can be found nearly 10,000 variety of plants. So imagine how a lot kind of how a variety of plants has been existing there. So it is very very natural friendly. 10,000 varieties of species of plants are there, and about 900 different kinds of varieties of species of birds are existing here. And apart from her, 300 species of mammals have been formed here. So we can able to imagine Himalayas is a greater shelter and a greater home place for the plant species and the animal species. So isn't it? So one among the notable feature is the red panda. Red panda will be existing only in the northern mountain ranges. And most of the highest peaks of the Himalayan mountains are covered with the snow for most of the time of the year. So generally children, whenever you are climbing towards the mountain altitude, that is heighter portion, from the base level to the heighter part, if you are climbing, you will be feeling a very cold temperature. So as Himalayas is being more heighter in nature, higher in nature, it will be always remain snowy in most of the year. And despite the cold temperature, many animals and plants call these mountains as their home. So we are going to learn in the next chapters what are all the different plants and what are all the different animals and their characteristic which has been living in the northern mountains. So children, we will learn what is mean by a northern mountains first. So the northern mountains have a very high peak that remains snow covered throughout the year. Here lies the Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world. It is in Nepal. So we all know what is mean by Mount Everest, isn't it? Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. There are many hill peaks, there are very many mountain peaks out there in the world. One among that is the Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world and it has been lying in the Nepal. And the next is, when comparing to the mountain ranges in the world, there are many mountain ranges, there are many continuous mountain ranges. When comparing to those ranges, the Himalayas or the Himalayan is the highest mountain range in the world. So know the difference. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, whereas the Himalayas is the highest mountain range in the world. So there is a difference between these two. And the next is, when comparing to the part of the extension, we can see this entire part in the Himalayas, it has been covered only a few extension. This is only about the Himalayan part, it is not the entire map. It is about the Indian map, where its extension starts from and where its extension ends. So this has been starting from the part of Jammu and Kashmir. Here is the region of Jammu and Kashmir in India. The Himalaya starts in the Jammu and Kashmir range and it ends in the Arunachal Pradesh. Here is the Arunachal Pradesh, and in this Arunachal Pradesh it will be ending. So what is the extension of the Himalayan in the India? It has been extending from Jammu and Kashmir and the northern part to the Arunachal Pradesh in the east. So this is what the extension of Himalayan mountain in India. So next is the Mount Godwin Austen or K2 is the highest peak in India. So in the previous part we have seen Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Together many of the peaks, it is the highest peak in the world. When comparing to the peaks in India, Mount Godwin Austen, it is also called as K2. It is the highest peak in India. When comparing to the many peaks, it is the highest peak in the India. So I have given the picture here. This is the peak of the Mount Everest and this is the peak of Mount K2. You can ask why it is given as the name K2. While it is comparing to the Mount Everest, it has been little in size. It has been little bit lesser in size, so it can be called as K2 or it is called as the Mount Godwin Austen. So children, this is what we have seen. You will have a short recap over that. So we have seen the definition of a mountain. Mountain is a large landform that rises above the surrounding land in a limited area, whereas the hill is a natural elevation of the earth's surface smaller than a mountain. And next we have seen the Himalayas has also been called as Himalayas. It is literary meaning is adobe of snow, that is entirely covering of snow. We have learned the directions north, south, east, west, northeast, southwest. So the Himalayan ranges will be existing from west to the east, and these are all the 5 countries through which the Himalayas will be spreads up: Bhutan, China, India, Nepal and Pakistan. And we have also seen the summer temperature 15 to 18 degrees Celsius in the summer, and the winter it will be below the freezing point. And the next we have learnt about the domestic yak. It is a one of the domestic animal which has been widely seen in the Himalayan part. I have also noted the weight of the male yak as 350 to 580 kilogram, and female yak will be weighs about 220 to 260 kilogram. And the next is we have learnt about the red panda. It is the one of the most familiar animal in the northern mountain. It is a plant eating animal And we have also noted as 10,000 plants, 900 species of birds, that is varieties of birds, and 300 varieties of mammals has been noted in the northern mountains. And we have also seen Mount Everest. It is lies in the Nepal, and it is the highest peak in the world. And Himalayas is the highest mountain range in the world, and the extension of Himalayan mountain in India is from Jammu and Kashmir to the Arunachal Pradesh. And we have also seen the highest peak of India. It is Mount Godwin Austen. It is also called as K2. So children, I hope that you would have understand what about Himalayas, what is the meaning of Himalayas, and what is the highest peaks and all, isn't it? So we have a small session over this. So children, kindly take your notebook and try to give answers for the questions so that we can have a check over it. I will read up the question, Phillips. First one, the Himalayas run from dash to dash. The Himalayas run from dash to dash. You want to write the direction from where it starts and where it ends. Two dashes. Second is, the Himalayas is covered with dash. The Himalayas is covered with dash. Next is, the male domesticated yak weighs about dash kilogram. You have to write the male domestic yak's kilogram. The male domesticated yak weighs about dash kilogram. Fourth one is, the female domesticated yak weighs about dash kilogram. What is the weight of the female domesticated yak? Fifth one, dash is the highest peak in the world. Read the question carefully. Dash is the highest peak in the world. Which is the highest peak in the world? And the next is, which is the highest mountain range in the world? Which is the highest mountain range in the world? So children, I hope you would have written the correct answer, isn't it? So we will have a check over it. The Himalayas run from the direction of west to east. Second is, the Himalayas is covered with snow. Third is, the male domesticated yak weighs about 350 to 580 kilogram. And the next is, the female domesticated yak weighs about 220 to 260 kg. And the next is, Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. And the last is, the Himalayas is the highest mountain range in the world. So children, we all learnt about the introductory part of the northern mountains, isn't it? So we will learn the continuation of the Himalayas in the next part. So thank you children.